I highly recommend Dr. Veronica Strang of the British Museum's video, Water Serpents. It's about 7 minutes long, and it tells you a lot about how to interpret myths involving water serpents. The link to this Water Serpents video is in the description below. Dr. Strang says the pre-tech humans were partnered with water serpents, and that ancestral law is a primary theme of such myths. Experts at University of Pennsylvania tell us that Genesis is a demythologized version of the Marduk-Tiamat chaos camp, or dragon-slaying myth. Marduk and Tiamat are man and twin, respectively. Hebrew Teoma, also Aramaic Teoma, mean twin. Hence they're using a pun. And this is the old man slays twin myth from the PIE tradition. Man was typically a priestly king, and he would lay down the first ritual, and this would many times involve slaying his twin, and then creating the cosmos from the twin, and even humanity. And regarding spiritual depth, the Tehom is the deep. Genesis is a demythologized version of that. Water is deceptive. Still waters run deep. Eve is born from the side of the Adam. Adama means earth or soil, and this is a male birth image, which features in many etiological myths. The serpent persuades Eve, Eve persuades Adam. Persuasion is the meaning of the Greek word Pytho, P-E-I-T-H-O, which was a gift to Pandora, the Greeks' first woman, or Greek Eve, which was referenced in our Eve, or Habe, as Hebrews call her. They discover carnal knowledge by metaphorically swallowing seed. You got to remember, these are planting cultures, okay? So everything is going to relate to their sedentary farming lifestyle. So Eve swallows seed, like Persephone does when she eats the pomegranate or seedy apple, and Eve becomes the Pandorian mother of all living, which was Asherah's title. She is representing the womb of humanity, and all humanity's evils proceed from this. Now, I want to thank Robert M. Price for teaching me that, and he does that in his Genesis series on YouTube, which you can quickly find, and which I recommend, though I'm going to add to it. When the dragon's body is cut, the water is released. Birth, rebirth. With waters divided in Genesis above and below the firmament, or stars. But in Eden, the legs are lopped off the serpent. One river, Pison, equals Python, okay, that's a pun on Python, becomes 4 rivers, flowing like time does, time is Chronos, to the 4 corners of the earth. And this is the Tetramorph of the 4 elements. The lion, symbolizing fire, the eagle, Scorpio or water, the man, Aquarius, an air sign of the water bearer, the air carries the water over the earth, and the bull, and it is the earth. If you were in India, the elephant would symbolize the earth element. So, these are the 4 cardinal signs as elements that compose the cosmos. These are astrological signs of the times that Jesus says Christians can't read. Remember when he said you can't read the signs of the times in the Bible? Well, think about that. These are those. These are 4 of the ones you can't read. But you could read now because I told you what they are. Astrotheology meets Plato in the chaos camp. Adam and Eve have children in pain and struggle. Serpents symbolize sex organs. The lovers are expelled into adulthood and become parents. The curse begins. Be sure to catch Python in Genesis, as I will expound greatly on these themes I've mentioned and many others. And please subscribe. If I can get about 20 more subscribers, it's going to open up more features for me on this. Okay, no one has ever contributed a penny to any of my efforts here. So, if you want me to take Pontius Pilate away from the historians, that's what I'm going to do with Python in Genesis. I had to get the Pythonus, in order to move on to the Pontius. And I'm going to explain to people how he was drawn from King Pontius in the Bacchae, that you had a city ruler named Pontius opposing a vine god, just as Bacchus Dionysus did in Euripides the Bacchae. Okay, and that you have this happening in the New Testament. It's just absurd not to recognize the obvious connection. And what this means is there wasn't some guy that just happened to be named Pontius Pilate there. Okay, there wasn't. What really happened is historians swallowed allegory and falsely historicized it. This is why the Bible scholars have screwed this interpretation of the Bible for so long. They get it wrong at the beginning, and that stays wrong. It never gets fixed. So if you would like to see these things get fixed, someone's going to have to support me. I can take Pontius and John the Baptist right now. Thank you.